Three things to consider when you're looking at buying a house to renovate or you're thinking about renovation. Number one is, do you have a good foundation? Here in the mountains of Western North Carolina, we have a lot of houses that are built a long time ago with all sorts of different techniques. And so besides structurally being sound, do you have moisture issues? You have your foundation allowing water to come in, and which can lead to mold and all sorts of other health issues. So that's the number one thing we want to look at. If we're going to renovate, let's take care of that first. We also really want to look at how the driveway, the slope is coming. How is water being handled? Recently, I went to look at a house and foundationally wise, it was good, but we did have some retaining walls, and it was a mix of brick, it was a mix of cross ties, it was a mix of all sorts of different materials. Had some that was kind of flaking, we had some moss in other areas, so we just knew that it was having a lot of water and moisture that was retained in there. It was also on the north side of the mountain. Had a structural engineer come out, verified it, all things good. You know, looking at it, we all thought it was just cosmetic. It was holding up well. It wasn't kind of feeling like it was blowing out. So you always want to kind of look at not only is the house, but how's the driveway, how's the slope, how's the grade. It's a very key thing here in the mountains of Western North Carolina to kind of look at. It's outside of just the scope of the house itself, but a lot of those things lead into things that could happen with your home. So as you're creating a budget and thinking about, hey, is this the house we want to build, and will it turn out to be the house we want? A lot of people we get initially want to come talk to us about the cosmetics of it. And hey, we want to renovate this. We want to kind of update our kitchen and rearrange walls for a living space. But one of the first things we really want to do is make sure that this foundation is creating the environment and the safety for your family. The second would be, I call it more of the bones. Bones meaning more of the framing, the windows, the air sealing, how leaky the house is, structurally from the roof and all of that. So we're looking at maybe moving a wall or changing everything. How was this house built, and how is it holding up today? So things that we're doing here to cosmetically do it, how would that affect everything, and how will it affect the structure? So we want to really make sure we're shoring that up and making that to where it needs to be. We just recently looked at one, and now we've got an inspection on it. It had several roof leaks. The exterior walls really good. We felt like it was a solid built home, but the roof leak. So now all of a sudden there's a $20,000 budget line item now going to make sure we take care of the roof that is not going to our cosmetics of the house in some way. And then finally, obviously, I've mentioned the word cosmetics, and what I mean by cosmetics is the things you see, the finishes, the details, from fixtures, being plumbing fixtures, the sinks, cabinets, appliances, but it could be the cosmetics of your drywall, your trim, the wood floor. A lot of homes we go into, that's all we really need to do. We can go cosmetically just update that to today's times, from a house that was built in the 80s and 90s, maybe even the 40s. They're really bringing it into modern times and bringing into a lot of modern conveniences, smart technology, new updated appliances, a living configuration that works for today's times. Maybe it's even an addition. And one of the beautiful things with us here at Asheville is that we have interior design in-house. Our interior designers can come out and look. We can draw new plans for you, give you good feedback about how the house could be lived and fit your needs. Go out and get measurements, talk about how we could change walls, move walls, obviously update the layout, the cabinet selections, but really flow and function of like, how do you want to live in this house? Here's how it is now, but as you're coming into this, how do you want to live in it? Definitely if you've been living in it, can really talk to you about like, okay, you've lived in the house, you're looking at making an addition or changes here. How can we work with you, listen to you, give you some suggestions? I think that's where the value of having interior design in-house is really not only is it selections, it really is the flow and function of the house. How do we make it functional? And that can be everything from even window placement. Would you put furniture in? So we're thinking through all those pieces, and it's just a huge asset to us when we kind of looking at doing remodels. So those are the three things we like to consider when we're coming and looking at your house. If you want us to come and give you advice, we're happy to do that as well. But those are the three things that you want to be looking at for a house that you're thinking about renovating.